Hey guys, my name's Jamin. Thanks for visiting my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to tear down or disassemble an Asus ROG Strix G531 gaming laptop. This should also help you get into any G series ROG. They may have little variations, but this video should still help you out. First thing you want to do, guys, power down your computer, make sure it's off, unplug your charger, and then we're going to flip it over. We're going to look at the screws underneath the computer, get all the screws out so we can get this bottom case off. There's quite a lot of screws in this computer. You see all four up along the top of your screen there. You got four along the bottom and then three towards the middle. These are the screws you want to take out to remove this bottom case. After you remove that bottom case, you take a small plastic pry tool, hard plastic like a guitar pick, and you're going to go across the outer edge of this computer and slowly pry apart the bottom case from the palm rest. Side note, if you guys need any help with any of those tools, those pry tools or screwdrivers, also I recommend placing your computer on an anti-static mat while you're working on it. If not that, then at least an anti-static bracelet, but something to help you avoid damaging your computer when you get inside of it. If you need any help with any tools or supplies like that, I'll have a link up top. I'll put the link below in the description to my Amazon store. You can see some of the tools and supplies that I use in my shop. After you get that bottom case off, guys, this is what you're looking at for the inside of your computer. As with any computer repair, the first thing you want to do is remove your battery. Again, we're trying to limit power going through the system as we're working on it. The battery will have a screw here, three down bottom, and then there's this little piece of tape that's connecting the speaker wire to the battery. Not sure why that's there, but you need to remove all four screws. You need to undo that tape, and then you have this plug right here. This plug in the battery, the wires come out here, and they go into this plug, and it plugs into the port on the motherboard. The way this is designed, it's not like other batteries. You would take your small plastic pry tool and this top section right there, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a top skinny section there. You would take a small plastic pry tool and you would put it on this and just slide it this way, up towards the fan, slide it towards the fan away from the plug, and then this will just pop up. So that's a kind of a weird little battery connector there, but that's how you would unplug that, and then you would get your battery out here. Okay, so while you guys are working on that, getting the bottom case off and the battery up, I'll give you a quick pitch to my affiliate partner, a great place to get games, Humble Bundle. At Humble, guys, you can get the latest games at great prices. They also have great ways to save when you're buying. You can bundle your games together in a purchase instead of buying them one at a time. You can also join Humble Choice, which is a monthly subscription service that gets you free games every month. And you can also feel good about your purchases because Humble has donated a ton of money to charity. And every time you pay your Humble Choice membership, every time you use my link, charity gets more. So it's a great website, guys, great place to get games. Check it out with the link above. I'll also have the link below in my description. Okay, as a side note, this is what the battery looked like in this computer. Yours may be a little different, but it's an 11.4 volt, 48 watt hour. And if you're looking for a brand name replacement, this is what you're looking for. This model number here, B31N1726. I'll have this information below in the description as well. That's how you'd find a replacement for this brand name. Okay, so now that the battery's out, we can safely work on the rest of the computer. This is your hard drive down here. It's got a screw here on the right top corner, bottom corner, screw on the left top corner and bottom corner. This is your hard drive. You would unscrew those screws to get your hard drive out, and then you would unplug it from this side here. This is where your two RAM stick ports are here. Many of you will have two RAM sticks as stock for this computer. RAM comes out relatively easily. There's two pry arms on either side of the RAM. What you want to do is you want to pry those apart from each other very gently. They're spring loaded, so it'll be easy. And then as you do, the RAM stick will release. Sometimes it'll even pop up, and then you can slide it out of that port. So that's where your RAM is located. This is where your touchpad assembly is located. You can see a couple screws down here, and the ribbon cable comes up here to this motherboard. I'll go over how to take out those ribbon cables in a second with the keyboard ribbon cable. This is your speaker here, and then your speaker over here, and the wires come down jointly over here. This is your CMOS battery. For those of you that are trying to work with that, if you're having BIOS issues, it plugs into the other side of the motherboard. Unfortunately, you have to get the motherboard up to unplug it, but this is where your CMOS battery is located. It's held on by double-sided tape. After you get this piece of tape off, that will just rip off right there. These are your two fans, one to the left, one to the right, and the heatsink assembly throughout, covering your GPU and your CPU. This big cable right there, this is your LCD cable. It runs along your fan. So if you guys want to take your fans out, you have to unrun this LCD cable. It's not screwed in or attached hard to the fan, but it's run through canals and clips there. So you'd still want to run that out without breaking it. And you have a couple screws here and here for the fan, here, here, and here for the left fan, and those fans will pop up. The heatsink assemblies are typically this way. They're held down by 4 screws over everything that they're covering. So there's CPU, GPU. So there's 4 screws here, 4 screws here. Keep in mind too, guys, this little sticker right there. When you go into any computer, watch out for these stickers. As you break these stickers to access screws, you may be voiding part or all of some or all of your warranty. So keep an eye on that, but that's how you would access the heatsink and that assembly there. This is your keyboard ribbon cable, and this would apply to most of these ribbon cables throughout this motherboard, even the small ones. These are the ways that they're made. It's a white port on the motherboard. The ribbon cable slides into it, and there's a black clip that secures the ribbon cable. Now that clip opens up and down kind of like a book cover. And in this situation, it opens from the bottom side and it hinges to the top. So in order to get that out, you would take a small flat pry tool, slide it underneath that black clip, and gently pop it up to release this ribbon cable or any of these ribbon cables. They're very fragile, guys. So be careful, don't break them. If you do break them, sometimes you can't find a replacement. And then these are the same way. These two, it would open from the bottom, hinge on the top. This one is reverse. This one hinges from this side, or I'm sorry, this one hinges from the bottom, opens from the top. So that's how you access most of the components in this computer. If you had any questions, check out the FAQs below in the description. If you need to leave me a question or comment, feel free. I do try to get to those all the time, and I'll update the FAQs as needed. Please feel free to like and share if this helped you out, if you think it could help someone else out. If you enjoy little quick computer tutorials like this, feel free to subscribe. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I look forward to seeing you next time.